If you have been a part of the anime and manga community in the last 2 years, you've probably heard the name Oshi No Ko before. It's a manga written by the same author of Kagya-Sama. Now, I won't go too deep into the background of this manga or its authors. I just wanted to give you an insight on how I perceived Oshi No Ko, because if you watched the first episode, then you would know that perception and deception is a big theme of this story. As for myself, I have read the first chapter of the manga before, but I could not bring myself to continue reading the manga despite the constant praise I heard from everyone in the anime and manga community, because you see, I don't like idol stories who are purely made to catch the attention of people who like idols. With that being said, I dropped Oshi No Ko after the first chapter. I don't even remember when that was. I don't remember even the contents or the details of the first chapter. All I can remember is that one day while I was scrolling through Twitter, I saw Chibi reviews talking about it, and I liked Chibi. I really like him, so I decided to give it a try. Long story short, the story was not for me because I never got to know the real story, and that is why I think they made the first episode into a 90-minute long special, because people like me would drop it immediately if they only experienced the first 20 minutes. This manga slash anime was made with people like me in mind, so not only does it expose the disgusting truth of the idol culture, but it gives insight for people like me on how that industry is run over there in Japan. Now, with that long intro out of the way, let's talk about this 90-minute long first episode. I really don't want this to be like a review because I only want to share my thoughts about it, so bear with me here. I'll not spill the details of the first episode also because we all watched it, right? And if you haven't, please go and watch it. Please, for the love of God, just go and watch it. Don't do anything else, just go and watch it. Even leave this video. I'm going to share my thoughts with you guys and my interpretation of some of the themes shown here in the first episode. Through this 90-minute tragic prologue, we've been shown what I would say would be the main themes of Oshi No Ko, if I would take a guess. Idols, deception, manipulation, worshipping, malicious intent, all of the feelings that you would associate with people are put on the front row of this episode. They were not trying to shy away from anything. Even with the animation directing of the episode, every second of this 90-minute play was intentional. So let's start with what I thought would be the main character of this story, Hoshino Ai. This is the only character I will address specifically in this video, as I don't want to spoil anything. I think all of us to a certain degree can relate to Ai. I know it's ridiculous for someone to say they relate to the madness she displayed in this episode, and yes, what she's shown us in this episode was nothing short of insanity. I just want to talk about one of her core traits that I really felt hard and connected with so much, which is lying about your own feelings. About anything in general is something that you'll have to do as you become an adult. That's something I learned from my life. That's something that everybody does. And I would say that was just a tool the authors used to hide or mask Ai's real theme, as I think Ai's real theme is affection seeking. She's never once in her life felt love towards anything or anyone. Now, I won't say I felt the same, because if you take out my family and friends, then yes, I would say that I've never experienced love towards anyone, but she was looking for someone to love, and I would even say love her back for her true self. Throughout this episode, she never showed us her real self except when she was narrating over some scenes. I don't even know how to describe my feelings and thoughts about this character. That's why I'm circling around saying meaningless words. I just oh my god, I loved this character so much. I just felt something real when I witnessed her storyline. I felt like, oh yes, I do know what you're saying. I do connect with you. I love you. I want to see you succeed. I was eternally charmed by her charismatic personality, and that's really hard to do considering what I said in the beginning. So I would like to give my utmost respect to the authors because they really made something special with this character. And to think this was only the prologue, oh my god, this anime is going to be insane. Okay, enough of this meaningless rambling because I think I'll never be able to eloquently explain my thoughts about this character, but maybe one day in the future when I gain more IQ and become more intelligent. But I guess that will never happen, huh? Okay, let's transition to the conclusion of the video. I would say OshiNoKo is so important, especially now when we constantly idealize celebrities and force our expectations on them while forgetting that they are human at the end of the day, just like us. They're not perfect, and when they make mistakes, we get so hurt and feel betrayed because they did something that contradicts the ideal image we have of them. Just the other day, people were so surprised and hurt, rightly so, mind you, by something Kagya-Sama said in a video. Kagya-Sama, in a recent Sideman video, was caught saying a racial slur. Yes, it's wrong to say what he said, but people forgot that he's just like us people. A human being who is capable of making mistakes because of ignorance. People quickly tried to cancel him and parade him with insults and statements of disappointment, while forgetting that he is a human at the end of the day who's capable of such mistakes. I know that not everybody is educated about racial slurs or race in general. I know that I've faced my fair of racial slurs that were thrown at me ignorantly, I would say, because I'm a Middle Eastern man and I faced that in my life. But I always give the benefit of the doubt to the person because maybe they're ignorant, maybe they weren't taught right in their upbringing. That's just something that we all have to go through. We are constantly evolving. I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's unfair of us to construct this ideal image of someone and get hurt by ourselves when that image is tarnished by a mistake, which is not really a mistake. I think it is considered a mistake, but it is a glimpse of that person's real self because we all make mistakes. We are constantly evolving, so it is certainly not fair to decide that a person is perfect. No one is. And that's what this episode showed us. Behind every ideal individual, there is a flawed but genuine soul who's capable of growing past their mistakes and wrongdoings. And it was shown in this episode through the manager of Ai. That manager was so beautiful and heartwarming. Her character was amazing. How she grew past her mistakes, and at the end of the episode when she did what she did, it's so beautiful. I really liked that manager. Now, with that being said, I know I said I loved this anime and I loved this episode. I loved everything about it. So I'm not saying anything new. I'm not sure if I will stay an anime only because I really fell in love with the story. Just like all those fans fell in love with I fell in love with the story. Anyways, that's all from me, guys. I know I didn't talk about the details of the episode, but that's alright because this is only thought sharing. I wanted to share the things I gained from this episode. Like the video if you did like it, dislike it if you dislike it, and subscribe. Maybe in the future I'll make more videos about OshiNoKo. I don't know. I just enjoyed this first episode so much. Anyways, have a good day, guys. This been Mooney. Bye bye.